I'm a firm believer in the power of the mind. Think positive and positive happens. Think negative and negative happens. Whether you believe in the power of positivity or not, a shift in how you think about money or your situation can spark amazing change. With that being said, if negativity is your go-to state of mind, it's time to change things up. In today's episode, I'm sharing 6 negative thoughts that could be hurting your money situation so you can recognize those thoughts and turn them around. Welcome to the City Girl Savings Podcast. I'm Rhea Reeves, founder and finance coach of City Girl Savings. I turned my life around with budgeting many years ago, and now I'm on a mission to help others do the same. I fully believe that you can enjoy your life on a budget, and this weekly show will focus on the intersection of money and the city girl lifestyle. Join me every week along with some special guests as I share my experiences, advice, and guidance on navigating life and money as an experience-loving millennial. Before I get into the 6 negative thoughts hurting your money situation, I want to spend some time on this notion of self-awareness and thought recognition. I highly recommend you listen to episode 4 of this podcast, Why Mindset is Critical and How to Start Changing It. Essentially, circumstances create our thoughts create our feelings drive our actions, and our actions lead to results. So if we are constantly thinking negative things, we are likely not feeling well, and those bad feelings are causing us to do things that are not conducive to growth and positive change. However, if we approach things from a positive perspective in the way we think, we likely will feel better and do things that help us get to where we want to go. Now, it's been said that people have 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts in a given day. And obviously, not all of those are conscious. We have a mix of conscious thoughts and unconscious thoughts. And imagine if all of our unconscious thoughts were negative. That could lead to a lot of actions and results that we aren't proud of. Now, I don't think it's really possible to be 100% conscious of all of the thoughts, but I do think if we work towards having a positive state of mind from the get-go, those unconscious thoughts can eventually be positive or at least have a positive undertone. So, how do you start recognizing your thoughts on a regular basis? Well, just going throughout your day, stop and ask yourself, what am I thinking? Are you feeling moody? Are you feeling hungry? What thoughts are leading to those feelings? Are you feeling hungry and then you realize, well, it's because I haven't eaten since breakfast? Being aware of your thoughts is what's going to help you shift from negative to positive. I understand that recognizing your thoughts is a hard concept to grasp. And with that being said, if you are not sure if your normal state of being is positive or negative, I want to share a few signs that you may be negative and you just don't know it. So the first sign is that every conversation you have, you are venting or complaining. When you meet up for dinner or drinks with friends, does your conversation always turn to how miserable you are at work, or how your boyfriend doesn't help you out, or your manager is holding you back? Now, don't get me wrong, we are all entitled to a vent session every now and then, but I don't think it should be at every conversation. And if you find that you are a conversational complainer, start working on it. Start having conversations that aren't always around venting or negative or something that you're upset about. Instead, share things that you're proud of, things that you have accomplished, things that you were recognized for. Another sign you may be negative and just not aware of it is that your mind is always on the problem and not the solution. So a negative person, even if they don't realize it, is always quick to focus on the problem or how things are going wrong. On the flip side, a positive person will focus on the solutions to the problem instead of focusing on everything going wrong. Now, again, we're all entitled to our moments. I've been there. We've all been there. However, if we are constantly just focused on the problem, our mind is not equipped to think about the solution. We're just so entranced with what's going wrong that we're not thinking about how to fix it. So if you recognize that you do that, start slowly but surely asking yourself, how can I change this situation? How can I fix this problem? We want to focus on the solution, not the problem. And the final sign you may be negative and just not aware of it is you can't take a compliment. Anytime someone sends you a positive word or two your way, do you respond negatively? So if someone says, hey, that color looks great on you, do you respond with, oh, well, actually black looks better on me, or really, I'm not so sure about it? It can be hard to just simply accept someone giving you a compliment, especially if you aren't in the most positive state of mind about yourself. So whenever someone sends you a compliment, try your best to make sure thank you is the first thing that comes out of your mouth, even if you don't necessarily agree. I think you'll find a trend here is that nobody is perfect all of the time, and I don't think it's realistic to be positive all of the time. I mean, life happens and it's okay to not feel good about certain things. I just don't think it's okay to stay in that frame of mind. So if you're sad about something, it's okay to be sad, but we can't live in that sadness. And that's the main thing I want you to take away from this episode, if anything. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel emotions that may be on the negative side, but we can't stay there. If we stay there, we're going to be doing things that don't help us grow the way we want to. Are you tired of wondering which moves to make next with your money? Do you need some guidance on whether to pay off debt, save, or focus on something else? Get my free Money Moves packet today and start making impactful money moves instantly. Go to citygirlsavings.com/moves to download your Money Moves packet now. All right, let's dive into the 6 negative thoughts that could be hurting your money situation. First thought, I'm broke. Here's the thing, whether you're truly broke or not, the fact that you think it makes it your reality. Now, make sure you listen to episode 35, Breaking Free of Broke Once and For All, for guidance on identifying if you really are broke, and if so, how you can fix it. But in reality, most of the time, people aren't really broke, or they shouldn't be. They're just overspending, which makes them feel like they're always broke. So instead of letting that broke mentality get the better of you, figure out what's really going on with your money. Get your budget set up, and you'll know instantly if you're broke or not. If the numbers show you that you don't make enough money, I still want you to stop thinking that you're broke. Instead, start thinking that you need to make more money. This leads us nicely into our second negative thought, I don't make good money. When you think that you don't make good money, you don't appreciate the money you do make. It's almost as if you're disrespecting your income. Now, I will tell you this. If the money you make covers all of your basic living necessities, then you make good money. At minimum, you need to be able to survive. When you can't sustain your basic lifestyle with your income, you should be seeking more money. Our thoughts are all a matter of perception, but perception is also usually the reality. So start perceiving that you make good money, and you'll start believing you make good money. Not to mention, good is purely an opinion. What does good mean to you? If you don't make good money, go out there and make it. Next thought, I'll die with debt. With student loan debt in the trillions, it's hard not to think you'll die with debt. If you went to a 4-year university, then got a master's, and then got a doctorate, you likely have a hefty debt bill. I get it, but that does not mean you'll die with debt. Even if your debt appears to have no end in sight, focusing on paying it off should be your biggest goal. Remember, we want to focus on the solution, not the problem. Your debt is the problem, but paying it off is the solution. You can't sit and waste your energy thinking and focusing on the problem. That's not going to fix it. Only when you shift your focus to the solution, which is paying it off, even if it's slow and steady, you will start feeling better and start recognizing your wins. Next thought, I'll never be successful. Just like I mentioned, making good money is purely subjective, so is success. You get to determine what success looks like for you. Listen to episode 10, Conquering the Fear of Failure and Redefining Success, to learn how I define success for myself in my own terms. Now, I highly recommend that you don't mirror your success off of what someone else has, especially celebrities. I challenge you to think about what success really means to you on a personal level. Does it look like retiring early? Is it having all of your debt, including your mortgage, completely paid off? Will success mean you're a millionaire? Only you can decide what success looks like for your life. Once you decide on what constitutes success, start thinking about what you need to do to get there. What steps can you take right now to get closer to that successful life? That's where your focus should be. When you make success attainable by getting clear on what it looks like for you, you can actually start working towards it. Before you know it, you will be successful. Next negative thought. That person is better off because of X, Y, or Z. A best practice is not to compare yourself to others, period, financially or otherwise. You don't really know what a person has. Even if they put stuff on social media or tell you what they have, it doesn't make it true. People only share the good and often forget to mention the bad. So instead of thinking that that person is better off because of XYZ, shift your thoughts to that person seems to have X, Y, or Z, and that's something I'd like to have or something I'd like to work towards. Put the focus back on you and your situation. Yes, that person may have X, Y, or Z, and maybe you're a little jealous of it, but you don't know what they did to get it or if they even truly have it. And the final negative thought that could be hurting your money situation is this: I can't control myself. Okay, you're probably not going to like hearing this, but you are 100% in control of yourself. You can save money. You can work out every day. You can read a new book once a month. You are 100% in control of yourself, and no one else is responsible for you. Seriously, no one is holding you at gunpoint and forcing you to swipe your credit card. No one is waking you up in the middle of the night and demanding ransom if you don't shop on Amazon. I know that it may feel that way at times, but it's true. Once you start understanding that your actions are simply a result of your thoughts, you'll start thinking differently. Do you go out to eat every Friday because you think you've earned it after a hard week? You can shift your thinking to keeping money in your bank account because you work so hard for it. You are 100% in control. So let's get rid of this notion that you can't control yourself, your money, your spending, your diet. You can control it all. Now, like I said, you get to dictate how you think and what you do. And when you start recognizing that, the game changes. Thank you so much for tuning in to City Girl Savings today. I hope you feel empowered and inspired to master your money as you make your way to your dream life. Make sure you subscribe so you're the first to know when a new episode comes out. I truly value your thoughts and feedback, so please leave a review and let me know how this podcast has impacted you. Can't wait to chat soon and make it a great day.